Hello, fam. How are you doing? My name is C.S. Williams, the radio apprentice, and you're listening to Our Vote Radio, and this is my live podcast. Okay, before I go on with the theme of this moment, I want to share something with us, the guys, and I would love you to listen. This is for every guy who has felt disappointed for sharing and ended up sharing to a large amount of people he didn't plan to share with. This is as regards to talking about his life, certain secrets, the most private things that have ever happened, and he ended up sharing with someone he cared about or someone he felt he could talk to. Just because of this notion that being able to talk to someone is quite difficult, especially when you haven't found the person yet. And then when you think you found somebody to talk to, you end up talking to a community instead of one person, because this person wouldn't let your secret lie or wouldn't let something that you shared with them stay within their circle, because this person believes that sharing everything you tell them would make them feel amongst their own friends. This is for every guy who's felt betrayed, because that is the height of betrayal. This is for every guy who has felt hard done by, because you felt you could talk to someone, because you felt you found someone who could listen, because you felt you found someone who is reasonable, without putting into consideration where you met this person, how and when, and how it's been. You refuse to pay attention to the guidelines, and you decide to go against the will of your mindset and decide to share, only to end up sharing with a community instead of one person, just because that person wouldn't stop talking. That person wouldn't stop making fun of the things you said to them. That person wouldn't just stop being a child. Now the thing is, there's no obligation that anybody owes you anything. So there's no need for you to keep sharing with people secrets, sharing with people everything you go through, sharing with people things you felt you could share with them, even that one person. Because it's quite a very dicey one. It's a very dicey one in such a situation. If you're a guy who really, really appreciates his privacy, no matter how things are with him, you should understand that not every girl that comes across your way is deserving of hearing everything. Most of them don't even want to hear. They are good listeners. We mistake this thing about a girl being a good listener to a girl who really wants to listen. So she wants to listen to you because she likes you. There's something that she's getting from you that really she needs to pay attention to you so that you can give it to her. So because you're talking and she's paying attention doesn't really mean that she deserves to hear everything. And she wouldn't even tell you that, okay, I don't want to hear everything. Don't tell me. I don't think I mean for this. A few person would do this, not minding how you would react. But not everybody. So they'll pay attention to you whether you say it right or say it wrong. But because they're listening to you and paying attention and giving you that face of, yeah, I'm paying attention, you just keep talking and talking and talking offline and inline and everything put together, only to have everything you've said turned around and blown out in public. So the thing is, not every girl wants to hang around to listen to you talk. Not every girl wants to have you share things with them. Some girls just want to smash and leave. They fucking want to smash and leave. So, she just feels like you're not the kind of person she would want to give that extent of maturity in order to hold on what you've said to them. So they end up sharing the things you've said and making it look like you're seeing too much of yourself. And that's an ugly situation. And trust me, I would rate a lady in such a light as a kid. But then I would rate a guy not being able to figure it out as a loser. It's not your fault. It's neither is it my fault. It's not the guy's fault to appreciate someone and then see them fit enough to listen to their secrets, or see them fit enough to listen to their talk, or see them fit enough to listen to their frustrations. But then I think we should learn to read in between the lines and understand that some people just want to just want to see and leave. They don't want to stick by and search. So, giving them a task to do is same thing as talking to them, because you're giving them a task to listen to you in order to get the same attention that they've been getting from you on the other side. So if you ask me, for all the disappointment, for all the betrayal, for all the mistrust, I think we should start reading between the lines and understanding where we put our conversations in, and understanding where we place our priorities in. Because some ladies, they just want to see and leave. They don't want to stick around and search. So if you're trying to mistake a lady who just wants to see and leave for someone who wants to stick around and search, then you're going to end up telling a whole lot of people the things you're not supposed to tell them, and feeling disappointed when they go back and say it otherwise. And then you get to hear your story from the lips of different people that you've never begun to talk to. That's how it pans out. Although I don't know what that character is meant to be called, because to me it's a very awkward character. And even when you've not done anything significant against them and they end up doing that, you would see that as a very ugly situation. But then, this is it again. You can mistake a girl who just wants to smash and leave, who sees you and likes you and just wants to have fun, or just wants to flirt. And then you see her and you like her, and just because she's paying attention and nodding her head, you feel like she wants to stick around for much longer. I don't think so. Maybe she just wants to stick around as a guest, not as family. And so we're mistaking the whole thing, and that's where we're having problems, and that is why we have our complaints. But now I have to tell you to be able to filter this thing. If you can talk to someone, talk to a girl that is your friend, and they will tell you the same thing. Okay, you need to be very careful whom you're discussing stuff with, because not everybody appreciates you sharing things, even when it's a very important thing that you know very well that not everybody gets to listen to it, but just one person. But then they look at themselves and be like, what does this guy feel like? What's he feeling like? Making me listen to him talk all this shit. I'm not done with my own shit, so why is he stressing me? It could be in that tone, it could even be worse. Girls talk, right? But then they have you as a topic just because you thought you were doing the right thing, just because you thought you were trying to feel at home with a person whom you thought you were meant to feel at home with. So you just have to watch it. Everyone talks. So there must be a conversation, and someone must certainly be the conversation, especially in a place where everyone is always talking. So what do? It's either you hold on tight to the things you know, or you just watch things from a distance and be sure that you're about to do the right thing. I know very well that these days it's quite difficult for we guys to hold on to stuff for too long, because we've been told that keeping things in mind for too long creates more problem for you. So sometimes you want to talk to someone. Sometimes you just want someone around to talk to, someone to share with. Nothing else. I feel like this whole friendship thing and in connectivity thing has to do with compliments, something you can give to yourself. You can't keep talking to yourself. You keep talking to yourself, you're going to feel frustrated. So I understand the options. They're very thin, they're very small. But then if you must figure out someone to talk to, if you must create an avenue to be able to converse with someone and tell them stuff about you, even after sex, or even after a bottle of wine, even after hanging out, then you need to be talking to the person who really want to stick around and search, not someone who just want to see and leave. And you know what? You wouldn't know that except you start asking questions, except you start reading between the lines, creating conversations that doesn't really have to do with you, but something that has to do with some sort of similarity with what you two are doing. That way you're going to be sure if this person is deserving of listening to you say things about you, or if this person just want to keep walking, just want to have fun, smash, anything, and leave. Not just for anything else, but for what it is. You have to be really sure. My name is C.S. Williams, the Radio Apprentice, and you're listening to Our Radio, and this is my live podcast. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back.